All right, round two. I recorded this earlier and I realized why I was having weird issues. So, I wanted to make this little video. As you can see, I am in the midst of just getting some basic supplies from a mining outpost, and I got a lot of dragging and dropping to do. Maybe some of you guys have been in situations like this, or even worse situations where you're sitting here for 10 minutes dragging things across for whatever reason. Um, so, a couple things. First thing you're going to want to do is in your options screen, um, it helps to set this up. What you want to do is you want to go into graphics and you want to go into window mode and make it borderless. What this does is you can alt tab through different applications and it's not going to minimize this window. And so that's very helpful. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go download some software. This is not CIG software. This is third party. It's called Voice Attack. You can find it at voiceattack.com. It's very easy to set up. You get a free version. You get one single profile, which is more than enough. And you can set up different commands, which you can see here. I've got two that I primarily use. Just some pretty good user experience suggestions, I guess. I really like to set mine up so that it's not listening to me for specific voice commands until I hold down a certain key combo, specifically Control, Alt, Shift, and the numpad, the plus sign. So that's what I've done, but you can do all sorts of different things to make it like that. You can even differentiate this per command, and you can have, I think, up to 20 commands. I'm only using two. That's the only ones I need right now. But I actually need to revise these because of the way that I set them up previously, because I didn't have the filters bar there, which if you can remember, if you set it up without the filters, your mouse position is not going to be the same. So that was my problem. Let me go ahead and show you guys exactly how to get this done. So what you're going to want to do is, so I'm just going to delete these because I'm going to have to redo them anyway. You're going to want to apply and done. Okay, so when you open it up, you're going to have a profile. There might be some pre-configured stuff for you, but you just hit the edit profile button. And what it's going to do is it's going to have this screen, and it'll probably have one or two commands here. But what you want to do is just delete those and follow after me. So you want to have a windowed mode, right? Or borderless rather, so you can, show what's going on. And you're just going to hit new command. Now, you can either have it respond and do things for you when you say something, when you press certain key combinations, when you press a button, or when you press the mouse. Super handy stuff. I mean, right now, there's no way to kind of turn on cruise control when you're walking around on foot. Might be nice to just be able to say or press a key or a button and just have it hold down the W key for you so that you just keep walking, which would be really great, right? Save your fingers. So anyway, check this out. We're going to go ahead and have it do transfer left. Now, you don't have to do capital letters. That's just a thing that I do because I type for a living as part of my job, and it's just kind of one of those things that I do. But you don't have to have this capitalized. In fact, I'll just do it without. I want it to do certain things, right? It can pause, it can do other things, it can record, it can press keys, and it can do mouse movements, which is the primary thing I'm interested with this dragging and dropping. So I'm gonna, oh, never mind. I'm gonna have it do a mouse, and it can move the mouse and it can click the mouse. So let's have it move the mouse to the right spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this set position, which is the reason why you want to have this on in the background. I'm gonna set position, and as you can see, as I move my mouse around, it is moving around the little coordinates found in the bottom left of this window. So I'm gonna go ahead and move it to where the candy bar is, and I'm gonna hit F8 and it saved the position of my cursor. So I'll hit OK, and then I'll hit OK. So now it knows when I hit transfer left, put the mouse there. Then I want it to press the left mouse button down, right, to drag and drop. There's lots of other things. I'll let you guys explore this on your own. And then I want it to move the mouse again, and I'll just set the position to the middle of the screen here, maybe even towards the bottom. We'll hit F8 one more time because that's what it says. Move the mouse to the desired location and press F8. So we've got our new location. We'll hit OK. We'll hit OK. So now it knows, go here, click the button, move here. So now we want it to release. So we'll just hit this and we'll do release left button. And that's it. We'll hit OK. we'll hit apply, we'll hit done, and now I'll move this over to my other screen and I'll just get back in the game by clicking on it. So now you guys can see I'm in the game. I can actually, drag and drop things, right? And we can go in here to sustenance, and there's the purple drink I just picked up. That's another thing too. When you're doing this, it usually helps to set up your screen so that you've got all the stuff you want to move on one side and a blank sheet on the other that's not going to fill up. So that's super helpful. So let's go ahead and give it a try. So I'll move my mouse down here. It's going to move the mouse back there for me. But I'm going to hit Control, Shift, Alt, and then the numpad plus button, and I'll say transfer left. Transfer left. Okay, it worked. We saw one thing go, and we can see sustenance, and there's the candy bars. But it didn't drag and drop all of them. Why is that? Well, this is probably because you've made a mistake, which I've purposely done here. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to go ahead and open this up and edit it. From here, what you want to do is you want to go in and take a look at what you're doing, and you want to check down here at repeating. It's only executing it once. You can have it just do continuously until stopped, which if you use this option, it's very helpful if you don't know how long you're going to need to do it for. In my own experience, I've never needed to use this because usually doing it a specific number of times, and I just set it to something like 100, that's usually more than enough for me. But if you did want to use the other option of doing it until it was stopped, you'd usually set up a specific key combination or a button that you would press or a word that you would say, and then it would stop executing commands at that point in time. But I'm just going to do it 100 times. We'll hit OK, we'll hit apply, we'll hit done, we'll go back into this screen, we'll hit, oop, we'll hit escape, and we'll try again. Oh wait, before I do, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to vehicles so that there's a blank sheet, and yeah, transfer left. And there it is. It drag and dropped everything almost instantaneously, and now I have a ton of sustenance in my local inventory, and when I get back to my ship, I can do another command to drag and drop all of this from here to there. So let's go do it. Let's see, inventory, there we go. Alright, so let's see if there's any other crates. Ooh, there's a red one there. And yeah, looks like that's it. So let's get down here and check it out. Ooh, very cool. We've got some light armor and more light armor and a Novikov helmet and some of this. So that's pretty sweet. So let's go ahead and go to local. I'm going to go back to vehicles and we'll just do it again. Transfer left. And there we go. Now it's all in my local and there it is. So super handy once again. All right, so now bear with me. Maybe I'll see if I can edit the video. I'm not much of a video editor. Not yet. Maybe Loud Guns can show me how this works. For those of you that are watching on YouTube and have no idea who that is, go check out Frontier Consolidated. It's a shameless plug-in for the organization that I'm trying to join. Alright, so I'm in my little Mustang beta. And let's go transfer all my stuff from my local inventory into this ship. And hopefully there's enough space for me to do all that, and hopefully the noise of the weather is not drowning out my voice right now. Alright, exit to rear. Alright, so here I am in all its glory, sitting in my awesome little Mustang Beta. I'm going to go ahead and open up my Vehicles tab, and I've got my local storage, and I just want to get everything out of here, except for that stuff. I don't care about that stuff, into my vehicle storage. So now I need to transfer right. And so in order to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and Alt-Tab out and open up Voice Attack one more time. I'm going to edit my profile and we'll add a new command. So I've got transfer left, transferring things from the right side to the left. Now I'm going to do a transfer right. Or wait, I guess I could do it left to right here. So never mind. I don't need a new command, but I do need to set up one anyway. So we're just going to do that anyway. Transfer right. And hit OK. I guess maybe I'll just use this as an opportunity to kind of go through the steps with you guys once more. Even though I'm in a situation where I don't need to go from right to left, but this will still be useful. So let's go ahead and just use these to kind of be helpful. So I'm going to make sure that my filters are active so I have the right dimensions that I'm working with. And we'll set up this new command. So let's go back and edit it. Mouse, move the mouse to about there. hit F8 to lock that position in, hit OK, hit OK. Now we want to click the left mouse button down, and then we want to move the mouse. We're going to set the position to about the middle of the screen here, or the middle of the inventory screen, I should say. And then we'll hit OK, and then we'll do mouse, and we'll click, and we'll do release left button, and there it is. So now I guess I can show you, shoving everything back and forth, how helpful and useful this is. But first I'll make sure to do it at least 100 times. I'll hit OK. I'll hit apply. I'll hit done. And now I'm going to minimize this. Actually, what I'm really going to do is I'm going to put this over on my other screen because it is helpful to be able to monitor whether or not it heard me. Because if I say something weird like gobbledygook, it just doesn't do anything. But if I do the actual command correctly, it'll turn green and say it recognized it, which is always helpful. So I just like to keep that kind of in the bottom left corner of my other screen there. All right, so now I'm back in the game. Let's go ahead and transfer everything to the left, and then maybe transfer everything to the right. Transfer left. So there you go. Another thing to know, if you look closely, it's kind of hard because my character's in the shadows right now, but my arm armor has changed. And luckily, it looks like everything else is the same, but that is one side effect of using this. Sometimes it will graph something in between because it is dragging from one side to the other across your character, and it might change your armor or something. So just be aware that that is an unintended consequence of using this sometimes, and it's just kind of one of those annoyances, but it's usually not too hard. If you are having an issue with it, which I'm actually not, because this was just placeholder armor that I was using because I'm still waiting. Um, oh, actually, that's interesting. Looks like I'm not wearing my chest piece anymore. I thought I was. I guess I accidentally took it off just now. Maybe I'll have to rewind and see. But anyway, yeah, so there's that. Put that back on, which is, not a big deal. I'll have to go in and, get all my stuff on my character again, but that's not that big of a deal. What the real big deal is when you've got a lot of stuff and you don't want it. So let's actually do that right now. I have this other tab, which this is all this other stuff that I picked up earlier and I didn't want to. So let's go ahead and move it over here. So I'm not going to use any of the filters, but I will probably change it to vehicles just so that I don't run into the situation where it's dragging and dropping directly onto something, which, if you guys understand the inventory system, sometimes if you do it and you don't give it enough time to kind of shift things out of the way, it doesn't take. So let's try the transfer right. Transfer right. And there you go. So now I got rid of all that stuff that I didn't want, and it's all back in the local storage, and the only thing that's going to bug me is knickknacks and my MOBA glass, which I never pay attention to anyway, so there you go. So I hope that this tutorial has been helpful. Once again, you can check out Voice Attack at their website, voiceattack.com. It's a free download. One of the things that you will see when you start up the application is you will see a prompt to use a voice recognition training that Windows usually comes with. If you're on a Windows, if you're on a Mac or a Linux system, I'm sorry, I have no idea. But hopefully there's something similar that you can do. I don't actually remember how to go into the Windows system to actually do that, but I'm sure that a quick Google search on how to train your microphone, because this is separate from Voice Attack and separate from Star Citizen. It's a Windows voice recognition software training thing. And what it'll have you do is it'll usually have you read, I don't know, about 30 different sentences. It actually goes pretty quick and it's kind of fun. But what it does is it just helps train your microphone and the voice recognition that your microphone uses, that it then plugs into third-party software like this, Voice Attack, and what it does is it just kind of helps train it to your voice. So you might say aluminum, or you might say it wrong, which is aluminium. And you guys overseas, you maybe disagree, but that's okay. I'll let you guys go look it up and find out if you're right or wrong. Um, but yeah, so I mean, train it to your voice because you might not talk like me, and that's totally cool. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this and that it'll be useful to you. And if anyone else is checking this video out, I hope it's useful to you as well. Um, Thanks. Take care.